Back in the previous chapter, we saw that Ryan confronted a mysterious man, Syria, in a narrow alley. Syria revealed he was Ryan's older brother, but Ryan questioned it due to Runan's terrified reaction. Syria admitted to a prank involving a toy squirrel. Later, Syria gave Runan snacks, but a dark past with him was revealed. The group reached Yatan village, and Lemur instructed the trainees about bandit dangers. Runan struggled with the idea of violence. The group investigated a village attacked by the snow tigers, discovering brutality. Runan froze at the sight, triggering traumatic memories. Ryan and Runan explored a hill, suspecting it as the bandits' hideout. Ryan, an experienced assassin, noticed traps and formulated a plan to rescue a hostage. As they approached silently, Runan's trauma resurfaced, risking their cover. Raon advises Runan to block the sound once he gives her the signal and moreover comments that he will take care of the rest. Raon then confirms to Runan if she can do what has been asked of her. And immediately Runan starts wondering if she can change, just like Raon. And in a soft yet confident voice, Runan assures Raon that she will do it. Meanwhile, the bandit mentions to his companion that he is sleepy, and moreover inquires as to how long they have to stay there. When soon Runan approaches the two bandits. One of the bandits inquires to Runan as to who she is, and meanwhile, Runan is quick to unleash her aura as she proceeds to block the sound waves. The bandits realize that their voices aren't spreading, and moreover are taken aback after seeing Runan blocking their sounds just by using her mana. And soon the other bandit starts contemplating as to why there is an aura user in a place like this. Meanwhile, Raon gets prepared as he charges towards the bandits while being fully aware that this is his chance. While charging towards the bandits, Raon initiates a strategy and decides to deal with the man at the back before dealing with the bulky man first. Meanwhile, as Runan is blocking the sound waves, a sudden trauma reflects upon her as she gets lost in her traumatic thoughts of her childhood, where she is extremely scared. Soon, Raon notices Runan being lost in her traumatic thoughts and realizes that the situation is not good for them at all, as the mana barriers has now been destroyed, leaving them without any major upper hand in this strategic fight. Raon is wondering if Runan's trauma was revived because of her previous situation, and soon he appears to be afraid as the bandits might find out about them at this rate. Later, Raon swiftly intercepts the charging bandit, efficiently subduing him and positioning his sword menacingly at the assassin's neck. With a decisive command, Raon urges the bandit to remain silent, issuing a grave warning that any attempt to speak would be met with instant lethal consequences. Taking control of the situation, Raon asserts his authority by stating that he will be the one asking the questions, reinforcing his intent with a chilling threat of extracting a bone for each unanswered query. Meanwhile, amidst the tension palping over them, Raon understands that their survival is solely courtesy of Runan. It was only Runan who, despite her fear, demonstrated remarkable composure by erecting a mana barrier. Raon, the ever-vigilant combat, promptly recognizes her quick thinking. Acknowledging Runan's pivotal role, Raon reflects on her actions, acknowledging that her timely intervention saved them from a potentially fatal outcome. In the midst of the perilous moment, Raon credits Runan for her resilience, believing that without her, their fate would have taken a much darker turn. In the aftermath of the swift takedown, Raon, ever the strategist, confronts the captured bandit as to who he works for. Soon the bandit confirms that he belongs to the notorious Snow Tiger Claw, which sends a ripple of tension through Raon. Raon, undeterred, presses for crucial details, coaxing the bandit to reveal their numbers in the forest and hideout. Thereupon, with a chilling revelation, the bandit discloses that a formidable force of 39 lurks in the shadows of the forest nearby. Intrigued by their relatively substantial number, Raon then asks the bandit about the number of hostages and how many more there are, and in response, the bandit, while being scared to death, mentions that there is only one more hostage left inside. And Raon in response affirms that he already had the idea about Graves' situation. It's then that a small but significant voice, belonging to a boy named Dorian, echoes from behind. As Dorian mentions to Raon that the captured hostage is in actual his sister, and with an emotional plea, Dorian asks Raon to save his sister at any cost. Runan, sensing the distress, immediately steps in, assuring the stressed Dorian with a warmth that they will save his sister no matter what, and promises Dorian with an assuring manner. However, soon Raon rebukes Runan that she shouldn't make such promises. Soon when Runan attempts to intervene and says that they are going to do it. But Raon is persistent with the idea that they can get rid of the bandits first. However, they better call in support if they want to safely rescue the hostages as well. Raon further comments while mentioning that there are 36 bandits along with the Snow Tiger Claw's leader, so it could be dangerous for them to take on the dangerous bandits without reinforcements. Upon hearing this, Runan inquires if she should blow the whistle, and Raon confirms to her that she should while remarking that it would be a good option for them to use it. Soon, Runan proceeds to blow the whistle. However, Raon couldn't hear a thing despite standing right next to her, and he immediately realizes that there is a reason for Lumiere gave them that whistle. However, contrary to their assertions, suddenly a huge voice of panic rises from a group of bandits reaches to Raon and Runan. The group of bandits rushes towards the sound of whistle to attack the two of them, calling for the reinforcements. Meanwhile, Raon is taken aback by the fact that there were people present in the bandits whose senses are sharp enough that they could hear the whistle. Soon, the group of bandits approach Raon and Co. as Raon quickly holds the captured bandit as hostage with his sword on his neck. The leader of the bandits addresses Raon and inquires on how could a young kid travel this far. He further goes on to inquire on whom they meant to call with the whistle. And Raon is swift to response as he mentions to the leader that it is none of his business. Moreover, Raon offers to trade hostages and asks the leader to hand over the child, and in return, Raon agrees to release the bandit. The leader immediately bursts in laughter and mentions to Raon that he doesn't care whether that bandit whose life is handing in Rowan's hand dies or not, and he further mentions that the bandit is of no value to him, unlike the girl child that he has kept hostage. The leader then proceeds to threaten Raon by asking him to put down his sword, or else. The leader promises to hurt the child hostage, kept next to him. Thereupon, Raon asks Runan to turn around a bit, and asks her to turn back and wait for his signal. Runan is quick to obey Raon, and Raon proceeds to slit the throat of the bandit with the help of his sword, spreading blood all over the place. The bandits are taken aback by Raon's merciless act. The leader turns furious, and immediately Raon asks Runan to create a frost fog using aura. Runan once again is swift to obey Raon's command as the panic spreads across the group of bandits and they are unable to see anything due to the dense fog. Raon sneaks around inside of the fog, grabs the girl and proceeds to run away. And shortly after this comes to Bandit's notice. However, bandits are not letting go of him so easily, since they cannot give up on the girl due to the importance that the girl holds for the bandits as a hostage. The bandit general commands his men to find Raon and kill him, and moreover asks his men to not go easy on him at all. Meanwhile, somewhere far, the kids appear to have passed out because of extreme cold, and Raon realizes that they cannot run away with the kids knocked out. Furthermore, Raon and Runan don't know what the bandits will do to the village either, and since they are a lot in numbers, therefore Raon decides that it is best if they get rid of them here. Raon gets up and asks Runan to protect the kids when suddenly Runan notices that Raon's hand is bleeding and mentions it to him. However, Raon mentions that he is fine and assures Runan that he will get rid of the bandits as quickly as possible and will come back in no time. However, he is interfered as Runan grabs Raon's sleeve and asks him to not go. Runan appears to be worried for Raon as it is too dangerous to fight while injured. And moreover, Runan mentions to Raon that the instructors will be there soon and proposes to wait there until they arrive. Raon then turns to Runan and in a calming voice comments that he gets that the battlefield is a scary place, and even mentions that the fact that it's just how things are for trainees and experienced swordsmen like them. However, Raon conveys that not being able to do anything due to being too scared is even more scary. The bandits have committed horrible and unforgivable acts. Raon is sure that amongst those who were killed, there might have been those who tried to protect their village, and those who fought until the end to protect their loved ones and families. and therefore Raon mentions that they cannot turn a blind eye to their deaths, and furthermore emphasizes over the fact that they are swordsmen of Zieghart's. Furthermore, Raon emphasizes that they need to accomplish their mission until the very end, and fulfill the wills of those who sacrificed and protect those who remain, since it's casted in the veins of Zieghart's warriors. Raon, moreover, mentions that he is not aware of what Runaon's brother did to her. But he mentions to Runan that the more scared she stays, the more that man's shadow will grow on her, and that fear will swallow her further in, augmenting her inability to stand for herself and others in the critical times. Raon suggests to Runan that she cannot keep letting fear drag her around just because she is scared. Raon then reminds Runan that she is the only one who can protect herself and the people she treasures. His words begins to stimulate the courage in the feared Runan. A spark of self-belief crosses through her eyes, hinting her belief in Ruan's encouraging words. Raon brings to light once again to Runan that what they will do now is her decision to make, and furthermore advises her that she doesn't have to stay in the shadows any longer. As Raon soon gets up and starts to leave with his sword in his hand. Meanwhile, Runaon thinks to herself that she wants to change, she wants to escape. She doesn't want to be tied down by her past anymore. She wants to protect what is important to her. She no longer wants to reside in the dark shadows, and moreover, she wants to step forward into the bright light. And this wraps up another thrilling chapter. We've delved into a world of suspense, strategy, and emotion. If you enjoyed this roller coaster of a story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more captivating recaps. What are your predictions for Raon and Runan in the upcoming episodes? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't miss out on the next installment of this incredible journey. Until then, stay tuned, and happy watching.